What is going on, people? Welcome back. It's your boy Minaz. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you how me creating these videos at one point was impossible. Why? Because I was so insecure with the way I looked. My confidence was non-existent. How did I get to this stage, guys? How? I'm going to be sharing with you so much value in this episode, especially if you're someone who wants to create videos, who wants to be able to show up online, who wants to create this dream that you have, right? And that was me. So I'm specifically, it's like if I could look back at the Minaz who was struggling in that moment, this is what I would say to him. So make sure you stick around till the end of the episode to grab all the value that I'm about to share with you guys. But before we begin, I want to remind you to take a deep breath in. Why? Why do we do this in every episode? Because awareness is key. As much as we want to change the outside, we must first start within. So I want you to become aware of how you're feeling whilst you're watching and listening to this. So let's take a moment and take a deep breath in right now. And a deep breath out. Okay, so yeah, at one point, guys, this was impossible for me. I'm on my 250th episode, so I've made so many freaking videos by now. You're probably thinking, Minaz, really? Look at you right now. You're able to sit there, express yourself. You don't understand, bro. This was a dream. This was a dream for me. How did I get to this stage where now it's easy as this? Just put the camera on, get ready, fix my eyebrows because there's no hair. Excuse me. Getting too excited there. But literally, it's like, that's as easy as it is. It's just start and go. Start and go. And there's oh my God, if I tell you the stories of the stuff that I used to do when I was trying to make these videos and how hard that was for me. Before I get into what you can do to become that person that you might dream of, I'm going to share with you my story, because that will only help you. Then you will truly understand what you need to do for yourself as well. And hopefully this inspires you guys to realize that you can make those changes, because I was that guy. Like, this is my full-time job now, guys. I was that guy. I dreamt about all of this, bro. All of it. And now it's my reality, because I want to show you guys that you can do this too, like, that's my dream. My dream was, like, I made a commitment to myself back then, but where you are, if I can do what this guy is saying, which is me right now, but that was my mentor. Who's my mentor now? Oh my God, wait, we're going to get into that later. If I can do what this guy is saying, I swear to Allah, I promise to myself that I will be that voice for other people too. So if you're watching this, I was you watching this and listening to this. And I was thinking to myself, shit, okay, he did it. Can I do it? Yo, I was you. I'm telling you, I was there. And so let me tell you my story, right? This is going to be intense. This is going to be real. It's going to be straight up vulnerable. Now, most people won't share these things online, but I ain't most people. You get me? I share the truth. I share who I really am, because I feel like that's what's going to help you make those changes, because so many people show you the perfect side, especially on social media. Everyone shows you this glamorized version of themselves. I ain't doing that, yo. I'm going to show you me, raw, authentic, bold. Well, my hair's growing back, but, essentially bold. Anyway, there was a time in my life where I hated looking at my own face. That was 8 years ago. How and why? So I'm gonna have to go back to my childhood for this all to connect. But I'll go through it as I tell you the story. So 8 years ago, when I left school, I had one little bump on my face right here. Right, there was a bump. Right, it was like a spot basically. Right, and I remember reading online. I was thinking, okay, let me actually make an effort to stop getting these spots. Right, so I started doing research, started learning food affects your skin, water intake, sleep, all of this. I started learning all of that stuff, and I thought, all right, let me start applying these things. This was when I left school and I was just about to start college, right? Summer holiday, the gap in between. So we got about 6 to 8 weeks, right? Until I was starting college, brand new, on my own, with just like a couple of people that I knew from school, but whole new situation. My skin got so bad the more I tried to fix it. That was the worst part of it. When I actively tried to heal my skin, the worse it got. I don't know how that works, but it's like that quote, what you resist persists. Why? Because deep down within myself, I was trying to fix myself. And as I was trying to fix myself, the worse the problem got, because now I had uncovered an issue that I was burying all this time. Now, of course, diet, water intake, sleep, everything affects your skin. But I was someone who tried everything. I tried every sort of diet you can imagine. I learned about everything to do with nutrition and how it's connected to your body. I learned about stress, emotions, all of it. I learned everything that I needed to do. I was cleansing my face I don't know how many times. I was putting on all these products. I was binning the products. I was going all natural. I was trying raw diet. Oh my God, alkaline diet. Oh my, we can name it, yo. We can name it. I tried everything. Nothing worked. In fact, the worse it got, to the point where it looked like I had cystic acne. And then eventually at one point I used this cream, right? And it had benzoyl peroxide, which is terrible. It's like an acid, basically. And it's supposed to help you prevent acne. Now, what did that do? That actually burnt my face. Yeah. It burnt the skin on my face. So not only did I have spots, cystic acne, I had a burnt face to go with it. Oh my God. When I talk about it, it's just, I can't imagine that's me first right now. But at the same time, it's like it brings up so many emotions that it's like, whoa, that's what I went through, and I'm sharing this with you guys. It's crazy. So yeah, it got so bad that I didn't even want to look in the mirror anymore. And I remember it's just, I used to cry, like thinking to myself, what the hell went wrong? Because when I was in school, I was doing good, yo. I was doing good in terms of my confidence. I just don't know what happened in the space of a year. Just in the space of 1 year, my whole life flipped upside down. Now, if you're wondering, Menas, how did you feel that way just with acne? Like, why did it affect you that much? Why did you hit rock bottom? Let me make this make sense for you. As a kid, I am the middle child. I am the middle child. For me to get attention, I had to do something to get attention, right? I understand this now. I didn't know this back then, but I can tell you because now I know. So for me to get attention, I had to be the best. I had to show up. I had to be smart. I needed to behave. Or I was the complete opposite. I was the naughty kid. I was the one that was breaking stuff. I was doing everything I shouldn't be doing because that is what got me attention, not the other stuff. Because the other stuff was expected. Whereas if I was bad, if I was naughty, if I was destructive, that's what got me attention. So naturally as a child, children seek for attention. So they'll find one way or another to receive that. For me, that was being destructive, being, the black sheep, you can say, of the family. And I was breaking all the rules, meaning that meant a lot of criticism came out after me, like I remember my whole mom's side, my dad's side, every one of the kids would be very criticizing of me. Like they would criticize me for, we're just kids, right? They're just kids, right? But it's like they tried to be critical of who I am and why I am at this way. Oh, there's something wrong with me. Everyone basically looked at me like there was something wrong with me, which there was. I was a kid craving affection and love, and I never felt like I got it. So I did whatever I needed to get it. Now, why am I telling you this? Because as I got older, my deepest fear of something being wrong with me still existed within me. And it might still exist till this day, but it's like when you become aware of something, it's no longer can hold you back, right? It's like what you bring into the light is no longer in the dark. But back then, it was like I didn't know. I was literally hardwired to run this way. So as I grew older, I felt like there was something constantly wrong with me. wherever I went, whoever I spoke to, there was always a fear, underlying fear that I'm not good enough for this. I'm not good enough. Like there's something wrong with me. And when I would do something wrong, as a child, I started thinking it's probably the way I look, right? It's probably something wrong with the way I look because they're looking at me with this disgusting look. Like they're disgusted in me. What are they looking at? Like, obviously, as a child, you try to make sense of the situation. But in my head, it made me feel like there's something wrong with the way I look. And this is how I dealt with my younger years when I was like maybe 5 to 10, right? As I got into school, who cares? Everyone. That was my attitude. And then I was that rebellious kid, again, playing out the same kind of childhood I had, right? And just in a different way. I was rebellious. I was breaking rules. I was almost kicked out of school multiple times. But by the end of year 11, for some reason, I tried to pick myself back up. I cut off all the addictions that I had. Yeah, as a kid, I had addictions, yo. I was doing everything I shouldn't be doing. And I tried my best at the end of my school year, but I failed. Except everything but RE, religious education. And alhamdulillah for that. Now, why did I need to keep connecting the stories back together? So the reason I'm telling you, because when my skin got bad, it triggered everything that was buried within me. That's why it hit me and I hit rock bottom. Because now there was something wrong with me. Now that feeling that I had buried within me, that there's something wrong with me, has now surfaced, yo. It has surfaced and it's trying to find its way out. You see, this is how I heal my skin, because my mind thought my skin was the reason why I felt this way. The truth was, I've been feeling this way my whole life. That there's something wrong with me. I've been feeling this way my whole life. And it was time for me to face the music. Time for me to heal that part of me that I've buried in the dark. That is how I heal my skin. And not just my skin, but that is how I heal my relationship with myself. Because the deeper and deeper you go into that healing journey, your relationship with yourself changes. And you know what's crazy? It's never about how do I look in front of this camera. It's always about how do I feel about how I look. How do I feel about being here? How do I feel about sitting here? This took me years to learn. We go through this in Quantum Leap now. I hope you push yourself to another level, because the thing is, the mind works in a way where it seeks for comfort and safety. Comfort and safety sometimes means your childhood. That's comfort and safety. For me, that meant never feeling good enough. So never being able to get to this stage. But how did I do it? I stopped waiting for my mind to be ready and I just did it anyway. I did it anyway and I let my body catch up. What do I mean by that? When you put yourself out of your comfort zone and you sit there, it's like walking into a dark room and sitting on that chair until you are no longer afraid of the dark. That's what I did. That's my way of doing things. I don't know about you guys. Like, you know, when you go to seek therapy and you try to, do this years of therapy talking, come on, man, that ain't my thing. We do this quick. That's why we call quantum leap. We leap. Make leaps in our lives, yo. You don't need to believe in any of this. Just watch the testimonials and you will see for yourself. You get, like, I'm at a stage now where I just don't care. I literally took my hair off because I just stopped wanting, I want to stop caring. Because you do start caring again. It's not like, oh, I'm just done. I'm like Neo from the Matrix now. Like, I don't care about nothing. No, I don't think that's the case. Because the mind is, we're programmed to compare ourselves with other people. We're literally living in a society where social media, movies, everything's got you thinking, I wish I looked like this. I wish I looked like that. If only I looked like this. If only I looked like that. Then I would feel better. Then I would feel perfect. This bullshit that they have sold to you. That's how they keep you enslaved. Because that whole love yourself is bullshit. I call it bullshit. You only need to love yourself if you hate yourself. Understand this. You actually have to get to a stage where you just don't care anymore. I don't need to love myself or hate myself. I don't need to think about that. Look at kids. Do you see your toddler or your child? Maybe you don't have one, but do you see a toddler or a child thinking, oh, I need to take self-love. I need to love myself. Look in the mirror and tell myself I love myself. They just don't care. They're living. They're being. They're not thinking. Think about it this way. If we lived in a society where we didn't even have mirrors, we didn't have social media, we didn't have internet, where you lived in a tribe, right, in the jungle, do you think you'd care about how you look? Would you even know what you look like? What would happen if you didn't ever know what you actually look like? The glimpse of a reflection that you might get from the staring in the river stream. Understand, that's the only reflection you would ever see. How would you know what you look like? How would you know if you're insecure, if you're good? You see, we live in a society where they've conditioned you to feel like you're not good enough. And then they sold you a secret that if you can fix yourself, you will finally be happy. But once you get there, you realize, now I don't like this about myself. Now I don't like that about myself. The same mindset that they got you chasing this end goal right now, where you're thinking to yourself, oh, if only I could make videos. If only I looked perfect, I could jump on front of a camera and make videos. That's what I thought. And guess what? The truth was, that was a story and an excuse and a half. Meaning, that was what I was telling myself. That wasn't the truth. The truth was, even if I was perfect in my own eyes, I still wouldn't be able to do this because I would still feel afraid. So what had happened in that situation was I was telling myself a story, and the self-fulfilling prophecy, meaning my skin had to be bad for me to not be able to show up. So as long as my skin was bad, I was not able to show up for myself on here. So it was like a cycle. As long as my skin stays bad, I stay in my comfort zone. Skin stays bad, I stay in my comfort zone. Skin stays bad, I stay in my comfort zone. As long as I have that story that I'm too insecure to show up, I stay inside my comfort zone. So there was a payoff. Meaning my story was keeping me safe. That is why you need to realize it's not about changing the outside. It's about showing up as who you are right now. Go back to my video, scroll up. You'll see who I am. I show you everything. I show you all the raw bits. All the moments where I never felt good enough. They're here. They're on this channel. They're my YouTube channel. You find videos of me where I was mad insecure with myself. You find videos of me breaking my barriers to another level by dancing in the middle of the streets. See, I seeked for freedom my whole life. So that's what I'm here to tell you. It's not outside of you. It's inside. But the paradox is when you get it on the inside, you get the outside right. If you get the inside right, the outside just falls into place, like Eckhart Tolle says. But you don't believe in that. You think, no, I need to force the outside to shift, otherwise I'm never going to feel good enough. That's what we tell ourselves. But the truth isn't that. That's not how it works. Because you can get there, then you can realize the truth. Maybe some of you guys are going to have to do that. But guess what? That's where years go by for you waiting. Just you waiting on something to come and save you, and nothing does. And the crazy thing is, so many of you might be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Then I'm gonna start my YouTube channel, my videos. I'm gonna create this, I'm gonna create that. You might be telling yourself all these stories. And guess what? Nothing changes. Because why? That story is needed for you to stay exactly where you are. That story is keeping you in your comfort zone. That story is serving you. For you to change the story, you must let go of it and take a leap of faith towards what you want. Meaning, be the person that you would be if you never had the problem in the first place. That's how you change your life. You become the person that you would be if you didn't have the problem in the first place. The paradox here is you have to be the person that you would be with the problem in the first place. Meaning, I had to make these videos with my bad skin. I had to go do everything I thought I would do once my skin was clear up. And guess what? My skin cleared up. You see, this is the mad thing, the paradox when it comes to law of attraction. Most people are waiting for life to tell them, you're ready. Here you go. And then they're going to move. It don't work that way, yo. It don't work that way. You have to open the door for whatever's on the other side to come through. Most people are waiting for it to come and knock like, hey, I'm here for you. And they're like, oh, there you go. Hey. Trust me, I had to make these videos with that insecure self. There was moments where I had to turn the lights on. I would record myself, watch the videos, delete it. I used to sit here 4-5 hours at one point, recording, deleting it and deleting it. Because I used to hate the videos, the outcome of the video. And if you go back, you see my previous videos, my skin was really bad. You can see it in the videos as well. Whereas now, you be the judge. Doesn't matter what you think, but you be the judge. I wouldn't be here either way. Do you know what I'm saying? But there was a point in my life where even my hair, I shaved it all off because I used to keep thinking, oh, how does my hair look in this video? It looks fabulous, man. It looks wonderful. Look at that round head shape. That's the attitude that I just embody now. It's like, I got a message to share. I'm here to share my message, and that's it. That's all that matters. Vulnerability, key. That's what frees me. So I'm freeing myself. It doesn't matter who's watching this. The only person that matters here is me and me. That's how you need to see yourself. You're the only one looking back at yourself, judging yourself. You're the only person that is hating the way you look. And guess what? The people, they mirror your relationship back at you. That's the beauty of the law of attraction. The people around you are reflecting the relationship that you have with yourself. It's never about you changing yourself so you can finally express yourself. No, when you change yourself, you just give yourself permission to now be yourself. That's not how it works, guys. That's an illusion. How many times do you have to keep going towards an illusion to realize, okay, maybe I need to see something different here? It's like that chase for a relationship, but you realize it's only when I'm okay. It's only when I'm okay being single is when I'm okay in a relationship. Otherwise, if I'm not okay being alone, I will never find freedom even in a relationship. Vice versa. I cannot find freedom without perfection. I cannot find freedom with perfection. So I must find it without perfection. And then when perfection arrives, I will find freedom in it. Because I'm okay with regardless of the outcome. Regardless of the outcome. Meaning, if my skin was good, I'll still make the video. If my skin was bad, I'll still make the video. It doesn't matter. I don't rely on that for me to be able to express myself anymore. That is true freedom. True freedom is like, okay, how did you manifest the clear skin then? Oh my God. If you're still thinking that, you need to watch this whole video again. You need to watch this whole video again, because it's how can you find freedom with it, not without it. When you find freedom with it, that is when you truly be free. So let me say that again. It's not about finding freedom without it, but it's understanding, how do I find freedom with it? Don't wait till you are no longer insecure to be able to show up. But how can I show up even though I'm insecure? That is true freedom. This is the one thing that society doesn't teach you. They make you feel like you need to be perfect before you can show up. That's the lie that you've been sold to, because that's what they profit off of. Understand that these people profit off of your insecurities. The fact that you don't feel like you're good enough right now. People profit. They make money off of that. Look at all the beauty products they sell. All the gym equipment they got. All the diets that you can buy, all these milkshakes and all these crap. Oh my God. They profit off of your insecurities that you're never going to be good enough. So the only way to understand is society is built in a way where you will never reach that goal. Because if you reach that goal, you no longer be a customer. For me to keep you a customer, I need you to be stuck where you are. So true freedom doesn't come without your problems. True freedom comes with your problems. When the moment you can reach the point where you can find peace with it, you'll be able to find peace without it. That's how the laws of nature work. So many of us are lost in this idea that I need to change my circumstances for me to feel happy and peaceful and abundant and lovable and all the good stuff, right? But no, you have to find it from where you are. Only then can you find it from wherever you go. As otherwise, wherever you go, there you will be. You will take your problems with you. They will manifest themselves outside of you. You know how many students I work with and they think, I need to move out my house. I need to get away from my family. Once I get away from my family, I'll finally be happy and free. I have friends who said the same shit. And guess what? Wherever they went, that manifested into their personal relationships, their friendships, and mums and dads everywhere, all around the world. Whoever they looked at, they reflected their own relationship and their suffering and the struggle that they have with their family onto the world. That's all they attracted back. That's all they experienced. No matter where they went, they were going there with their problems. Meaning their energy internally will manifest externally. So you can run, but you can't hide. So true freedom comes from within you. So to answer that question, how can you show up online and express yourselves in your relationships? Not just online, but in your relationships too. You have to understand, how do I do it from where I am? Not once I get there, once this, once that. No. How do I do it from where I am right here, right now? But then this is where you have to have faith. You have to have faith in the process, because your initial thought's going to be, but I can do it from where I am, but it would be even better when I can do it from where I want to be. That cycle starts all over again and you're stuck where you are. The mind is a professional at keeping you exactly where you are. That is why in Quantum Leap, we break that cycle from the inside out. If you really want to understand what I've said here, you really want to master it, that is what I do with my students. That is what I help people with. Because it's one thing you knowing this, it's another thing putting it into practice and making changes in your life. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget, one point in my life, I was watching videos like this, thinking, how am I going to get there? How can I do it? How can I do that? Listen, if I can, so can you. That's the whole reason why I do what I do. Because I want to be that voice for that voiceless. I'm trying to, rhyme and stuff, Anyway, guys, I hope you have a beautiful day. If you do want to know more about Quantum Leap, there'll be a link down below. Find the link where it says Quantum Leap Discovery Call. Make a booking a call with me. Jump on a phone call. Let me see if you're a fit for the program, if I can actually help you. So, other than that, guys, I hope you enjoy this episode. Remember, it's about finding freedom with your problems, not without them. I'll see you guys soon, inshallah. Peace and love and salam alaikum. Boom.